Well, everybody, appreciate you coming out for yet another little Crypto Monks AMA. Uh, so I know some platforms like to kind of have questions predetermined, and ask us this so that we could say that. Um, Personally, not a big fan of that. That's an interview. It's not really an AMA. So we're gonna throw it back right now and say we're gonna do this CCAMA style where we're just gonna have a conversation, talk to these dudes, specifically Mr. Tom O'Malley. Thank you for joining us about him and his brother-in-law Alex's project Layenda and what it's about, and then we'll just have a conversation around it, man. So without further ado, let's see. Tom, you're on mute. You might need to unmute. If you need no push to talk, then let me fix that for you real quick. Oh, geez, we got a whole list of people down there. Oh, jeez. Tom O'Malley. Let's see. Use voice activity. There we go. Voice activity. All right, sweet. Mr. O'Malley, you're unmuted, sir.
Yeah, first time caller, long time listener. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. What's up?
No, excited, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course, dude. Appreciate you guys coming out. Now, I do have to preface this whole thing to everyone with the fact that I'm biased towards Layenda for two reasons. First of all, me and Henry actually met Tom last year at NFTLA. We were out there with PJ, and we talked a little bit about a couple things that he had working. And well, I was biased towards Tom because he walked up to me and he said, "Hey, I heard you're the guy to talk to about Discords. Let me buy you a drink." So obviously we were fast friends. But I'm also biased because he let me try a sample. He was generous enough to send me a bottle, and boy, do I wish I savored it. But it is definitely gone now, and then I kid you not, it's the best tequila I've ever had in my life. So that's enough about me and how I plug into this whole thing. Tom, why don't you take it away? Just kind of tell everybody about what Layenda is, where it started, how it began, and what's going on.
I'd love to, but I need my Siamese twin on the air. Also, is Alejandro? I think he's the pink-faced El Santo wrestler.
Okay. Yeah, let me change a
If you can,
for him. Yep. Let's see. Alex, there we go. Use voice activity. So you can either unmute there, Alex, with a little microphone at the bottom there, or if your microphone is unmuted, there you go. Seems unmuted now. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Alejandro. All right. Well, Alex, if you can hear us, just butt in when you figure out the unmute there. But yeah, I think it all started when I met Patrick, actually, because Patrick was the one that told me that you're the man. So I was talking to him at NFT LA, and he was telling me, we're just meeting casually. He says, telling me about some of the projects, and I was such a noob, I kind of didn't know some of the projects that he had been involved in. He had to stop and go, "Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal." So it was kind of cool. And then he was like, "All right, so based on your needs, you need to go talk to that guy over there." So that's how Brandon and I met. But it was pretty cool. Anyway, and since then I've been bumping into you guys here and there, and Patrick everywhere, it seems. But yeah, La Leyenda is a really special project, guys. My business partner Alejandro has been my brother-in-law for 20 years. And I'll never forget the first night he and I met. He said he was going to break my legs if I disappointed his sister. And I'm proud to say I'm still walking. So we hit it off right. We hit it off over a bottle of whiskey, actually. Drank all night, got to know each other. But flash forward 20 years later, and Alex has been running restaurants in Mexico. And one thing, I'll take advantage of the fact that he's muted right now. He he had this project idea of, I want to deliver the best agave in the world. He's like, I know everybody's cheating out there when it comes to tequilas and mezcals. He's like, I think I know what it takes to build the best agave in the world. I'll know it when I try it. So lo and behold, in spite of his search, he was at a family function at a farm in Mexico, down in Zacatecas. He lives in Mexico, by the way. And they said, hey, try our mezcal. And he's like, I'm not really into mezcals. I like tequilas. And the guy said, just try it. So he tried it, and it blew him away. He was like, this is it. And it turns out this is the town that his wife grew up in. So he asked a few questions, and they said, yeah, this is the family stash. And so Alex said, do you mind if I take this up to the San Francisco Spirit Awards? I think this thing would get recognized. And he brought it up there, and like the Karate Kid, entering a competition without even a belt, he had no business being there, but crane kicked 600 other brands and swept the leg and all that, and won top prize, double gold. It means 50 judges put it in the top 5 of 600 brands, unanimously, all 50 judges. So it's one of these moments that doesn't happen every year. And it was pretty exciting because Alex called me and told me all about it. And, it happened at such a great time and needed time in his life. We'll talk more about that later. But that's what kicked off like the project. And Alex and I sat down, we drank a bottle and a half. And by then we had figured out that the only thing that this is missing is like a membership club. And how could we pull that off where people could like own the membership and transfer it, and we could use portions of that sale to protect our creator, the farmer, and make him part of the deal. And so NFTs was a no-brainer. I've been in tech and in Web3, so I was at least hip to the lingo, but it really was just born for this product. So that's some context. I want to do a sound check on Alex. Alex, you on? No, this is just downright embarrassing. So I don't know if you're able, Brendan, to text him on Discord and coach him to vocalize. My guess is it's in his settings, and he probably needs to go activate the
actually,
the microphone.
What it might be, Alex, what it might be is you're probably set to not use push to talk, and so what I did was change the permission for you. So if you disconnect from the voice chat and then just reconnect, that might fix it for you real quick, actually.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to tell him that story about you and the midget.
Yeah. Please. LA was weird, man.
No, I meant Alex and the midget. Sorry, not you.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to take advantage of the fact that he's not here. So enough jokes, guys. The point here is that we're taking. So here's what's going on in agave. If you look at the past 8 years of agave production, which is the plant that makes tequila and makes mezcal, right? So it's like the source. It's the fruit. If you look at that, production has not increased in 8 years. However, both tequila and mezcal sales have doubled. So how is that possible? You look at those two facts, and why isn't the whole world talking about that? Well, because they're entranced by the Clooneys and the Kardashians and all of these celebrity brands that are coming out with sugar water. Because what they're doing is, instead of growing this plant, this is not a potato. This plant needs to grow to 7 years to become ripe, to taste ripe. But what the rest of the industry is doing is kind of like picking green oranges, adding sugar and calling it orange juice. But we know that you can't produce the same taste as if you actually grow the fruit to what we call full term. So you got a bunch of, there's two ways of saying it, preemies out there, or the way I like to say it is Clooney's murdering baby plants. And he's butchering these poor children and adding sugar and putting them into a bottle and calling it Casamigos. I just think it's horseshit. Because what it means, though, like that sounds harmless, right? Like, fine, Americans like sugar water. Who's getting hurt? Okay, let's unpack that for a second. Imagine a plant that grows 7 years. It's 2 meters tall. For Americans, that's 7 feet, right? It's a big fucking plant. It actually weighs, when you cut all the spines off at that bulb, that piña, as they call it, it weighs about 120 pounds, right? So you need a man, full-grown man, to move that thing out of the earth and into a truck. If you cut a plant at 3 years, a woman or a child can move it, and then the man is going to go off and find migrant work. So what we're saying is the crop that defines Mexico is tearing apart families by this celebrity brand bullshit. And they are consuming every farm right now. They're buying mezcal plants and trucking them into tequila land and calling it tequila. Nothing is sacred anymore with this flower. And so what we're saying is, no, that's not going to fly. What we should do is leverage this modern technology to restore a 400-year tradition of growing plants to full term. So we use a portion of the NFT sales to incentivize the farmer. Don't cut that plant, man. Grow that family ingredient that you know how to do so well, and give us more acreage next year and more acreage the year after that. So we sell NFTs to reserve more lot. And we do it in a smart way, because if you hand cash to people in Mexico, you turn them into a target. We put it into a wallet, a multi-sig wallet, and they submit projects to the wallet, and we fund projects like farmer needs a new tractor, school needs a new roof. So the point is that this is about restoring a community. And to top it all off, as Alex will soon tell you, that this is the town that his wife grew up in, but it's also the farmer that his wife's sister married. So you see, this is not just a business, it's personal. Alex and I have been brothers for 20 years. Now he's brother-in-law to the family that actually grows the agave. And in a supply chain that's constricted with supply, to be family, it's a good thing. So we're able to sustain this quality of agave and continue to grow it, meaning grow the scale of it. But the brand concept is not to become, a competitor to Clooney. Fuck that. We want to be the brand that those who know. Right? So what we do is we only do 3 key accounts per city. These key accounts have to agree that if somebody shows up with that Añejo NFT, they get some VIP treatment in there. Let's predefine it. What is it? We work with the venue to, what is that going to be? And the venue might be a gun range, might be a yacht club, it might be a steakhouse or a speakeasy. Like, we're really going across the spectrum to create unique experiences, unique curated experiences for the La Layenda, what we call Legends Club. And so there's something in it for the venue. They get membership bottle pricing. We're the highest margin product for them behind the bar. This ordinarily retails for $300 a bottle. Our members get to buy it at $100. So people that have the NFT or establishments that are in the Legends Club buy it at a third of the price as everybody else. But they still get the full enjoyment as somebody paying a lot more. So that's the project in a nutshell. I'll open it up for questions.
Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me now.
There we
There
go.
he is.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us here. And as Tom said, we are very excited about this project. And we're open for questions now that Tom explained everything.
You just waited till he did everything, and then you're
You
like,
know
all right, now
what?
I'll chime in.
That's our ongoing joke is I always say, I have to do everything, don't I? Hey, Alex,
well,
just
my
one part.
English is not that good.
One part of the story I was hoping you could tell, if you feel up to it, because I know it's personal, but your journey going from the COVID experience to launching this brand, if you could just give the guys, because I think this is a big part of your comeback story. It's what intrigued me to get involved in the project. Would you mind just sharing that bit, and through that they'll get to know you a little bit?
Yeah, no problem. Well, just to begin with this, it all started in 2015, but the certification and have everything together before the Mexican authorities, it takes 4 years to have all the certifications that you can say that the juice that you're producing is the right way and is validated by them. So after that, that was 4 years after. So December 2019, we were very happy because we just achieved that. And now on 2020, we were going to launch the brand. But then COVID struck. And then after that, I got COVID myself, but the real bad one. It got me into the hospital, ventilator, into a coma. Long story short, I spent 8 weeks at the hospital. And after, I don't know, after having my discharge from COVID, because of the ventilator, they kind of broke my windpipe. So they have to put me on emergency room again and cut my windpipe by 8 centimeters. So got back to the hospital. So I barely made it, to be honest with you. And this project gave me. I wanted to focus on only one project, and this is the project that I wanted for my life. Uh, Appreciation for agave, a very nice product, Mexican product that we need to tell the story right, not the way people are getting it now. So that's why I'm very passionate about it. Tom as well, and we love good tequilas, and Mexico have very good tequilas as well. We're not the only ones, but we need to tell the story. We need to be. We need to ask ourselves, what am I drinking? Why is it so cheap? It's cheap because they're cutting corners. So be careful of what you're drinking and how much you're paying for, because a plant that does take 7 years to grow up, it won't come cheap, right? So there it is. So that's how we started the project here.
So one last footnote to that is that Alex woke up from his coma on Christmas morning, and you got to understand that we had already been talked to for about a week about the unlikelihood as each day passed of his coming out of the coma and then coming out with full mental capacity. And I'm inviting you all to call Alex Baby Jesus, because that's the affectionate reference that I make to him every time to celebrate his existence. And every chance I get, I remind him that he did not get full capacity on the way out, and that's why I'm right. No, I'm teasing. No, we have a lot of fun together, but we're really happy that he's still alive.
Yeah, I would say so. It's a good reason to stay muted for the first 20 minutes too, and then tell people your windpipe almost got snapped. Jesus. Or did even. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
an
well,
insane
Yeah.
story. I didn't even know that, to be honest.
it was hard, but here we
Yeah,
are.
he was 2/3 his weight, which means he was only 200 pounds.
Jesus, Tom, relentless.
Just kidding. Hey, we're brothers. This is what we do.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. So look, I'll open it up. Do you guys, does that resonate with you? Does anybody kind of dig what we're doing, or confused by the purpose or the function of the NFT? Does that all make sense? And why we think Web3 is like like a great community to like take this project to.
You guys are more than welcome to turn on your mics too, by the way. It doesn't have, it's AMA, it's got to be vocal, it doesn't have to all be just text and images, by the way. I know a lot of people like to stay muted for the most part, but
Yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate all the work you guys are putting into it. I mean, it's a passion project, so I mean, it seems like no matter what comes up, you guys are gonna push through it. You're gonna find a way to make it happen. So that's the cool part about it. One question I do have is this something you see maybe like in nightclubs or something, or you're thinking of more just like some sort of higher end establishments?
So I live on Coronado down in San Diego, and we
Oh,
live
right.
right next to a naval base. And I had a Harrier, not a Harrier, I'm sorry, a what do you call it? The vertical takeoff and landing um, plane.
So
Not the Harrier, not the jet. Anyway. So that was just going over. So I missed part of the question, but did it sound like it sounded like? Are you asking like, are we going to be in more accessible places besides the super high end places?
yes.
Yeah. So we have two types of accounts. One, so like take LA. We have 3 accounts that are membership accounts, which have promised some VIP experience for our members when they show up, and they still sell a $40 shot, so it's still expensive. But we also sell to up to 20 other accounts in a city if the city's big enough. We don't want to oversaturate. Again, we're not trying to be everywhere. We don't want to be like, oh, I see them everywhere, right? We want to be like, oh, I see them only at the right spots. So we kind of curate, okay, what would be the 20 accounts we want to be in New York or in Miami? And we go after them. But what we're usually doing when we go into them is flexing the fact that we're already in these 3 key accounts. Like, oh, we're already in, Bike Shed Moto in LA, which is this private biker bar, which has a tattoo parlor inside and a barber shop and a retail place where they're actually selling motorcycles and a speakeasy inside. So it's like, people get that, and people in LA are like, wow, if you're there, then I want you here. Right. And so that's our whole growth strategies. We go into a city, we go after like the top 3 most notorious accounts, give them a thing that they'd be stupid to like say no to. And then we leverage that into more great accounts. But those other accounts aren't getting the membership price. I guess the short answer to your question is it's never cheap. It's always a $300 bottle. I love the way that Alex puts it, though. Like, if a potato took 7 years to grow, do you think vodka would be $19.99? Like, it wouldn't be, right? But why is agave 7 years, and you only get 10 bottles tops out of each plant that grows 7 years? Why should that be the cheapest or a cheap product on the shelf? It shouldn't, especially because me personally, I think it's better than any other spirit. But I'm not sure that answered the question.
No, you answered it right on. I mean, that makes sense. If you're going for something with a name like La Leyenda, it's got to be something else behind it, right?
Tú sabes, güey.
A huevo, y yo también aquí estoy en San Diego.
Ah, muy bien. Vamos. We got a party coming up in December 16th at Octavio. It's a crypto party. We're inviting I think there's 3 or 4 crypto, like we do Crypto Mondays, somebody else says Crypto San Diego. We're inviting everybody from those communities to come together on the 16th for a crypto Christmas agave party. And that's in Octavio. So we'll send out some messaging around that, but please join us.
the part that breaks my heart about this whole thing is because it's so high quality and you're going for these, the places to be with these bottles, is that I can't, in good conscience, pitch it to the shitty college bars that are in my town and have the bottles just readily available for myself to go take a shot.
Oh, Hey, you want to know how to get these bottles, guys, for free? Is all you do is buy an NFT. All right, so we have a holiday jingle going on. You ready? Here it goes. Buy a bottle in November or December, and we'll gift a bottle to someone you remember. Huh?
That doesn't jingle your bells.
If
gotta
that
write down the
doesn't
name
jingle your
before you
bell, yeah. Say again.
No, just saying you got to write down the name before you drink the bottle and forget it.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing that we started is you guys have your own passcode. So if you go to our site, layenda.io, and you're compelled to buy an NFT, nobody asked me, how much is an NFT? Well, I'll tell you. It is for you guys, it's 0.2 ETH, normally 0.3. 0.2 ETH gets you a Blanco NFT, which is the only bottle on the market right now. The Reposado is like weeks away from coming out, and the Añejo is probably about a month and a half out. But you buy the Blanco NFT right now in the month anytime. And you use Crypto Monks as the passcode to get in. So if you go to the site right now, you type in Crypto Monks, capital C, capital M. For every NFT your community buys, we're going to gift a bottle back to the Crypto Monks, and they can do whatever they want with it. So Brennan can drink it all himself.
I like this.
Or he could be generous and gift it out to the most dedicated crypto monk of the holiday season.
I would probably do that.
Yep. But the point is for and then once you're a member, you get your own, what do you call it? Referral passcode, your personal referral passcode. So if you want to drink for free, get your friends to buy an NFT. All right. I'm done here, folks.
he likes rhyming. If you guys didn't pick that up yet.
Well, you got me started with the rap at the beginning.
I did.
I got
You're right.
one for
I
you.
did.
I'm going to be saying para arriba, para abajo, para centro y para adentro.
And para adentro.
Yeah, I speak Russian, okay? It's not Spanish. I'm sorry.
Podemos hablar en español toda la noche. Yo soy fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, Alex's Spanish is really good.
Sí, Alejandro. Got my son's name too. So you said the NFT, the Blanco, I'm assuming you're having different tiers as well for that Añejo and the other one as well?
That's right. So there's a Blanco NFT membership, which gets you access to buy the Blanco. Instead of $300, you could go buy the bottle with your promo code for $100, up to 10 a year. Remember, we got limited supply. We're a super craft. We only do 9,000 bottles. So the second tier is the Reposado, and that comes out. I like it when Alex says it. Alex, can you give me a solid Reposado?
Sorry, say again, the reposado?
Can you properly pronounce Reposado for me?
Yeah, the reposado.
Oh, it's so much better than mine. So that level of membership is 0.5 ETH, and it's bound to come out right before Basel. And then that gets you the ability to buy the Repo and the Blanco for up to 20 bottles a year. By the way, everybody gets a membership swag bag, which is full of awesome, like, sipping swag. Rhymed. I fucking nailed it again. So you get that. There's so down in Basel, for example, we're the VIP room every night at some party, sometimes 2 different parties a night where we host sippings. Our members get to go into those parties. So that's another benefit of being like any member, any tier. If there's an activity going on, you guys have access as a member. It's only the
You don't need to
Añejo.
show any badges or anything.
Say again, please.
They don't need to show any badges or anything for the event, as long as they have the NFT.
Should I say it or should somebody else say it? We don't need no stinking badges.
So the one thing that I don't think was mentioned yet too, on just to plug this a little bit, it is this isn't a 10,000 NFT PFP project. There's only 1,000 of these first memberships. So there is a certain level of exclusivity that is involved and goes along with this membership, this access to these clubs, these places, these high profile places, that is associated with only having those 1,000 pieces. You know, like I said, it's not, but much like the very quality tequila that these two gentlemen make, the membership is not mass produced either. So something to keep in mind.
Yeah, we have 9,000 bottles, so we're only putting out 1,750 memberships. We are guessing at that ratio, but we do have some flexibility. If we need more bottles, we can pull it through. Next year, we hope to have 30,000 bottles, but that would imply that we've got members that have come on board to give us those reserves, right? So more members, more quantity of product, more memberships, but always lagging demand.
So there's two things I want to do real quick. Oh, one thing I wanted to ask too, and I don't know, you guys might have mentioned it already, but I'm not great at listening, and I'm often multitasking. And I don't know if this is proprietary information. Where
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
where is the farm? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate. Where exactly do you guys grow the agave plants?
It's an Alex question. Take it away, brother.
We are in Zacatecas, right on the border of the state of Jalisco, which is the homeland of the tequila. Jalisco is known because the whole state have the denomination of origin or protected denomination of origin to be called tequila. And we are right next to the border of actually Tequila, Jalisco. So this imaginary line divides the two states, but the soil is the same, the plant is the same, the process is the same, everything is the same, but it's grown on a very privileged zone in the Sierra Madre Occidental of the state of Zacatecas. They call it, how do you say it, is the high altitude, high level, highlands, the highlands. And it's like coffee. Coffee from the highlands it's better quality than the coffee from the lowlands. It's the same here. It's the same. So the agave that we grow it on the highlands of the region where the weather is perfect. The soil is literally red soil, one of the best worldwide soils to grow anything you want. So
Well, it sounded like Trump right there. That was great. I love it.
So the reality is that's why the quality of the agaves that we are harvesting there is really good. The sugars that are into the agave plant is so high. That's why the liquid after the distilling is so good. It's like taking a mango, which is really ripen. How do you call this? Ripen,
Yes, you
ripen.
nailed it.
Yeah,
Ripened.
ripened, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, raped.
And
We call it raped.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Henry,
so
edit that.
the ripen the fruit, the better it will taste. Right? Is the same thing.
Yeah.
And,
You know, the
and
other parallel I like, Alex, and this is why we call it La Leyenda. So if you guys haven't picked up on it yet, La Leyenda means the legend. And so when Alex and I were sitting around, and actually Alex had this kind of figured out, but I had to ask him, like, why call it the legend? And what I love about this is this plant, it's like the more pressure you give it, the better it gets. You know, and that's kind of like when you think about legends, maybe you can personalize it and say, you know, people that you know, because it's a universal concept. Like, legends are not all celebrities. We all know, like, my dad was a legend, right? The woman that raised me is a legend. But but legends grow in tough places and they don't cut corners. And that was the concept, is that this is the legend because it is made from hard times, from high altitude. It's a freaking cactus. It gets zero water practically. And it still gives us back this amazing thing. And so a key part of the project and a key part of how we define legends, and we celebrate legends on the back of bottles, right? So on the back of a bottle, there's always like a story about somebody that is who we think is a legend. And they're not George Clooney, I promise you. They're people that have just done something amazing, gone through hard times, and are humble enough to give back to their roots. And that's sort of the birthplace of this name that we've given it.
I thought it was just because the tequila tastes fucking legendary.
I mean, that it's great to have parallels and be congruent. Yeah. Any other thoughts, gang? Or even advice? Like, I'd love to hear what you guys think about. Alex and I don't have it all figured out. We're not here to say like we're already a success. We're a small little baby project. We need great collaborations. We need to get it out there with the right kind of people that share a similar ethos of both high quality, but also impact story of like, you only get quality by helping out where shit comes from. Any thoughts there? Maybe I'll start asking the questions. What do you guys think we should do?
Fucking reverse AMA. I love this. Let's go.
Right. Let's ask you anything now.
Clouds.
You guys got a design for your bottle already?
Can somebody put an image up? This is the sexiest thing you've ever seen.
I got.
Come on now.
Had a picture of mine, but instead of digging through my phone, let me just get you the nice little snippet here.
Yeah, and I don't know, Alex. I'm on a phone, so I can't figure out the desktop. But if you could drop our video, the latest or the last video that we've gotten so far of the project, people will get a kick out of that, I think.
Hold on, let me try to do it.
Yeah.
Rat Father, picture of the bottles in VC text chat, buddy.
No, it's sexy. We tried to do something. Alex and I call this brand a modern classic. So we're taking a modern technology, we're applying it to a classic, process to restore a classic process. We're trying to do that consistently with everything we do. We try to do things minimalistic, and then if we have to do something, make it craft. So we went with sort of a cologne style bottle with very little writing on it and a craft label.
It's super classy, and it feels honestly like the bottle that I got, and again, wish I cherished. But God, me and two other of my biker friends, we went to a chopper show, and I gave it to one of the dudes that was running the chopper show, and he was like, "Dude, could we just pass this around?" I was like, "You want to know what? Fuck it. If there was ever a time to share great tequila with people, just pass the bottle around the show, dude."
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great, man.
That's a great story. Can you fucking tell that story and put a picture on like on our Discord? People would love to hear that story. That's great, man.
For sure. Yeah, once we wrap up the AMA, I'll type something up, put in our Discord for sure.
That'd be great, dude.
Yeah, so it was actually. What's that, Rat?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, me and a buddy went camping the night before, and he even asked me. He was like, "Yo, take out that bottle." I was like, "No, we're gonna save it for the show tomorrow because we only get to, we're getting older. We're starting to, have responsibilities and shit like that. So we're like, we only get to cut together once in a while. So I'm like, we're gonna cherish it. One of the couple of shows that we get to go to. So we're at the show. We took a shot at the bar. I took a shot of Patron at the bar, and I was like, I bet you this other fucking tequila is so much goddamn better. So we walk out to my bike. I open up my saddlebag, and I pop off the cork. We both take a whiff of it. I'm like, oh my God, like this smells amazing. I took a hit of it. He takes a hit of it. We're both looking at each other like, dude. And he's big into the Mexican culture, into the South American kind of culture stuff. And he was like, dude, this is this is the best tequila I've ever had. I'm like, yeah, you and me both. And then this other kid that we had just met walks over. He goes, hey, what do you got? Like, you want to take a hit of this joint? Like, if I can take a tug off that bottle, I'm like, I won't take a hit of the joint, but you can take a tug off the bottle. And then the dude running the show comes over. He goes, oh, you might have to take a hit off that. I'm like, man, fuck it, just pass it around. Let's go.
Yeah.
Such a good time, man.
But what I love about it is that Alex just found this flavor, like, and it happened to be in at that moment, right? And they're not like designers of flavors. They're just agave farmers. And they're like, no, man, we just grow the plant. But Alex, I don't know if you can add to this, but this idea of picking the plant's death, like choosing the right time, that's sort of the handed down secret. Is like, it's tough to tell when a plant is ripe. It's somewhere between 6 and 7 years, but it has a lot to do with what comes out in the end. Alex just went down to Mexico with a whole crew, like a documentary crew, and learned a lot about it. But Alex, any thoughts there about like, when do you kill a plant? When is the right time to murder an agave plant?
Well, it's well, as you said, it's between somewhere 6 to 7 years. That's why they are hand selected. They're not mass produced. They don't take out everything they see on the land. So it's pretty much passed from a generation to another generation. They pass the secret out, or the longer they in the business, you get to know better the plant, right? So there's no like a secret or something. You just know when it's ripen, and the size, of course.
Yeah, it's always size always counts.
So Alex and I, so we've been playing with campaigns of like how we communicate this idea that if your plant is not fully grown, like, you're not as good, right? So the pina. So if you imagine like an aloe plant, when you cut off all the spines, you're left with this bulb. And I imagine like you guys have seen that shape before, maybe in a picture, an image, or there's anyway, it looks like a pineapple. And so we play with this idea that our campaign should be, our piñas are bigger than yours.
I love it. Oh my God, I love that so much.
But back to the tribe here. Any advice for us, guys, gals? Anything we can do besides innuendos, double entendres?
Thinking of you spreading the word, or spreading how are people going to get to know this if it's a little more on the exclusive side? You start going out somewhere, and then how long is it going to take for the word to spread to get to profitability for you guys? That's why I was thinking about the whole bar thing. It took me back to my bartending days. We used to bartend at this club called Over the Border, and it was a lot of rock en español, a lot of big artists, famous artists that would go there and play, and they'd have their little VIP area, and the owner of the bar, typical customary, serve them drinks and stuff like that. So that's why that thought came to mind a while back.
Yeah, it's a great. We're, like I said, we haven't figured it out. There's two sides of this business. One, we have the traditional bottle side, which Alex runs, which is, let's, sign up distributors. We have an amazing VP of sales named Jill. And she's out of Connecticut, but living in, she's from Connecticut, but lives out here in California. And what that means is she's got like East Coast drive. But just not afraid of traffic. And so she's on the road nonstop signing up accounts. And then she's also the person that gets to know the distributors, gets out and trains their people, And so that's the whole bottle side of the business. And yeah, I mean, the good thing about selling a bottle for $300 is that there's a lot of margin in it, and so we don't have to sell a ton to break even on that side. And then, but we're trying to fund the growth through the NFTs, right? And the value back, to the farmer and back to the members, and so that's a whole different side. So it's almost like running two sides. So I run the NFT side, Alex runs the bottle side. The break even's not too far out. But when you take NFTs, like classic NFT, off the table, thanks 3 Arrows and FTX, then you got to depend on the bottle side or investment, right? And so I do dabble in rainmaking, and so we've raised a 500K friends and family round. We're now pivoting to another note at about 2.5 times the valuation of the friends and family round. So we're trying to make, we know how projects die. They lose money, or they don't have enough money to get started. So through bottle sales, through NFT sales, and through fundraising, we're trying to cushion our venture.
Sounds like you had a good team there, man. One on the bottle side, one on the NFT side.
Yeah, I say Alex makes agave, I make rain. Now we just need somebody to make some money.
Man, I really won't lie. And it's not, I'm not just because I like these guys or because, I'm happy to say that I work with these guys, but, man, the
Likewise,
tequila
man.
itself is, well, thank you. I'm glad to know I'm not a total shithead anyway.
Not yet. Not
yet. Correct.
Not until you've tried the Reposado. Then that's where it goes all loosey goosey.
We'll get a couple of those in me. We'll see how things go. But no, seriously, this tequila it's amazing. And any one of you that is, a tequila spirit enthusiast, a tequila enthusiast, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting into this. It's one of the reasons I'm extremely passionate about it is it's something that Tom had mentioned, but that I think deserves a little bit of underscoring. Is that not only is this entirely a family thing, but this is where I think crypto and NFTs and Web3, things like this are where it's supposed to make a difference, where
That's right.
you can help fund farmers and not make it a threatening thing for them, and bring back and keep alive a tradition that is threatened by just mass distribution, so that's my little TED talk, I guess, about it. So
No, I mean, just zoom out on that concept and think about how, like, in the past maybe decade, I don't know, it's arguable, chefs have become artists, right? Like, I mean, they've always been, but now every chef is an artist. Why isn't the farmer an artist? Why is he an industry, participant? Like, the art starts at the very beginning, especially for really, like, things we're going to enjoy, guys. Like, I guess, there's some things you need, a certain amount of protein on the planet to feed people. But if you're going to party, like, let's make sure we're taking care of people, that everybody's included in the supply chain. And I don't know. We think that'd be a pretty cool world, is that, like, if people are a little bit more mindful before they fill their cup, they sort of fill their mind on what's going on. And especially when you're, we're all fortunate, right? Alex and I always say we don't have problems until we have health problems. And so, if you're of the privilege of getting an NFT and being part of our tribe, we'd love to have you. You'll bring bottles back to your community, and we'll just end up bumping into each other and partying more together.
And one other thing, I mean, the Añejo NFT also that we didn't talk about, we do these races down in Baja California. I don't know if you guys know about the Baja 1000. So it's 1,000 miles from Tijuana all the way to Cabo San Lucas off road.
We lose Alex there.
A little bit.
Okay. So we sponsor a truck in the what's called the Mexican 1000 and the Mexican 500 twice a year. And we have in the 500 we have 4 seats, and the 1000 we have 8 seats in what we call chase trucks. We get down there on motorcycles, we get down on trucks, and it's gasoline all day and tequila and mezcal all night. So it's just one of these fun experiences we raffle off to our community.
You're gonna have to let me know when that is, especially I just
Dude,
filed
you're
for
gonna
my
love it.
passport, and a buddy of mine, actually the dude that I was camping with that I was telling you about, he's been trying to get me to get my passport for years so that we can take a motorcycle ride to Cabo San Lucas. So
No, we got the tribe, dude. These guys have done it like 30 years in a row.
Ooh.
Alex and I are the newbies on their tribe.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah. I'm riding a Husaberg on the next trip, which is right before they sold the Husqvarna. So it's going to be more off-road than on-road.
Oh. All right, guys.
It's an
Well, we
amazing.
are. So sorry. Go ahead, Rat.
I was just saying, I can't wait to try it, man.
Hell yeah. So we are reaching just about that hour mark. There is one more point of business. So there's this tweet right here, and anybody who wants to maybe get themselves a bottle, who was in attendance for this AMA, if you go like and retweet that, in about a day or so, we'll pick one of the lucky folks that was here to get one of these bottles, to give it a try, and to really understand why I'm preaching about this tequila so much. So
But
make
remember,
sure you
it's a
like,
mezcal. NFT stands for not fucking tequila.
not fucking tequila. Right.
It's a mezcal. Yeah, but anyway.
See how uncultured I am?
Technical.
Very technical. See, that's how you know he knows his shit, because I'm an idiot and he corrects me on it. So I appreciate it. Not fucking tequila. And now full term.
Now full term.
So
It is,
how soon are the NFTs available?
they're open for mint right now. If you go to, I will link you the page. This is the minting page for it. It's going to ask you for, when you click mint now, it's going to take you to a second page. Going to load for a second. It's going to ask for a password. Your password is CryptoMonks, like I just typed out in the VC right there. And that's going to allow you to mint for 0.2 instead of the 0.3 that other folks are going to have to buy at. So that is how you can get yourself into the Legends Club. Get yourself some of this amazing mezcal that is not fucking tequila. For the record, even though I just called it tequila for an hour because I'm an idiot. And that will listen. I was a big whiskey guy until how long ago, babe? Maybe a year ago. You started me on tequila. Yeah, my girlfriend. I used to get terrible hangovers because I would just drink Jack Daniels or Jameson, and she goes, "Why don't you switch to tequila? It's cleaner." I'm like, "All right." So I'm learning. I'm a baby. I'm a baby with tequila and mezcals.
The thing of it too, right? Tequila wasn't always meant to just pound it. It's supposed to enjoy it, sip it.
Yeah, I'm still working on that part. So, with that being said, I think we do have another. We have a 9 o'clock event. So, unless anybody else got any other questions, anything like that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. And yeah, I was told that too, bud. Actually, by a guy at a package store, that tequila's the only, and mezcal maybe is as well. I don't know. I'm learning again, but it's the only upper. Yeah, the rest are depressants, which is wild to me. Mezcal falls in that category. Same process, same plant, different process making. Oh, cool. See, I'm fucking learning. I love it when I
Yeah.
learn.
Fun fact: all tequilas are mezcals. So mezcal is the umbrella of every agave made in Mexico. Tequilas are a sub portion of that.
Huh. Well,
So
I'm a
they-
That is
mezcal
correct.
guy now. So
All right, guys. Thank you so much. This was a great opportunity. We love Crypto Monks. We've been working with Brandon and Patrick for a while. I totally get the tribe. Be great to have some of you guys in our tribe, and we'll just continue to find ways to collaborate.
hell yeah. Alex, Tom, appreciate you guys coming out. And we will have
Thanks,
this
guys.
recorded too. So we'll post it over in the Layenda server as well. So
Awesome. Thanks,
all right,
brother.
guys.
Thank you
Thanks.
guys for having us here.
Bye-bye.
Of course. We'll talk soon.
Mucho gusto a todos.